Hi guys, welcome back to another vlog. And I was just reading, well, continuing my read of What I Saw and How I Lied by Judy Blundell. And last vlog, I think I left off in the hundreds, like 108, 103. Well, now I'm at 118 in the middle of a chapter. And I gotta say, this book is very challenging to read because it's set in the 1940s, like post, what was that, World War II. And of course, segregation, the whole racist factor of America is still there. There's just some characters making some commentary that makes me so uncomfortable, but I'm pushing through because Evie's actually a very smart, and she's not ignorant, but she sometimes is. But she's a very smart girl, and she's making a lot of anti-racist commentary, which would be seen as like the white savior trope. I don't know, I'm not getting that vibe from her, but some people might say that's like the vibe the author's trying to give. It's just the guy that she's with, Peter, is very ignorant and arrogant sometimes, and the commentary he just made in the previous page about how segregation is like the way for black people to stay in line and white people to stay in line so they don't make mistakes, therefore validating that segregation is good. That just ticked me off. I'm gonna finish that chapter, and then I'm gonna get into What My Mother Doesn't Know by Sonya. Then I'm also going to read Concrete Rose because my mom just finished it, and now I'm able to actually get into it and read it. For Strange the Dreamer, I am at the halfway point now, and I gotta say that the book is slowly going from a 3 to a 4, like 3.5 area. I'm still not going to say I'm a huge fan of the book, but it is getting more interesting. I felt like before chapter 27, it was very draggy for me. Like there was a lot of world building, and I love that, but the way it was happening was so boring. Like I wasn't really vibing with the book. Maybe if I reread this physically, and this again was why I was worried, maybe if I reread this physically, I would love it a little bit more than listening to the audiobook. When I finally got to the action chapters, which was like chapter 27 to 34, that was so much better than just sitting through the world building in the beginning. I love certain characters that were being introduced in the world building, but man, it was just so slow and monotone for me. I don't know, it was so boring, and I just didn't like it. So I'm glad I'm not fully hating the book, because there's already one book that I disliked this month, so yeah. Did I discuss this last vlog? Yeah, I suggested various books that could take the place of Americana. So I'm going to be reading Checkpoint, I believe is this a graphic novel, or I think it's a graphic novel. I remember it being a graphic novel. So I'm going to be reading Checkpoint, and then also I am going to be listening to The Poppy War because I heard that's being adapted as either a TV show or a movie. So I want to get into that book series. And then what was the third book again? Oh yes, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm also going to be listening to that audiobook. So for Checkpoint, I'm reading it online, the first volume, because there is a space where you can read it online, and I'm going to read it there. And then for the 2 audiobooks, I'm just going to listen to it on Scrib. That's the plan for the week, or so on and so forth. Who knows how long this vlog is going to be. I know the last one was like a week-long video. All right, I'm gonna go back to my Victorian office ambiance video and finish the chapter that I was on in this book, and then I'm going to pick up some other ones. All right, see you guys when I see you guys. Okay, second day in the reading vlog, and it is March 13, and it is a Saturday. Saturday night to be exact, and I just finished What I Saw and How I Lied. Oh my gosh, one of like the most weirdest books I've ever read. It says it's historical fiction, which is the main genre for this book, but there's a little bit of mystery within it and a little bit of war story. But anyways, basically this girl named Evie, she's going through all these situations, and at the end she has to either protect her parents or the boy she loved. And it just was a book about a whole bunch of people with white privilege in the 1940s doing stupid stuff and then expecting their child to like take the fall and lie for them. I have never in my life read a book where I was just like, this is horrible. Like, it's intriguing, but this is horrible. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. This little girl is scarred for life. Her stepdad is trash. She's literal trash. She's a douche. And her mother is a trophy wife. Her grandmother is a sly little old lady. And the boy that she was in love with is just also as much as a douche as her father. Which is why I never understood why they never got along, because I'm just like, it takes one to know one. Y'all should have looked at each other and was like, damn, one douche to another, we can get along. But no, they didn't get along. And this little girl just got trapped up in a whole bunch of drama, and it was just hard to read. And the dude she was interested in was racist, and he was just xenophobic, and it was a lot. I was so uncomfortable. Why were you attracted to this man? Like, she has so much morals and ethics and she has so much going for her, but she was so obsessed with this dude that was just a douche. I wish she had more character development. I wish there was more to her. Her personality was so bland because she allowed people to tell her that she was bland. It just spoke to the way women were viewed in that time. I don't know. It was not a horrible book, but it wasn't good either, so I gave it 3 stars. I don't even know. I annotated it because there was just a lot of moments where I was just getting pissed off, but maybe I shouldn't have. I feel like I should give away this book. I don't want this on any of my future like bookshelves and stuff. Hell no. There was a point where he was, I think I mentioned this in the last clip, where he was talking about black people in the South, and that just did it for me. But then when he started to talk about Jewish people and like how POCs are seen overall in America, that started to piss me off more. Her father and the boy she liked, oh my gosh. And then the whole thing where she's into this older man. She's only 15 and he's 23. I mean, if she was 18 and he was 23, I would have been like, okay. But 15? Girl, you don't even know who you want to be yet. And I don't like to put a whole like chain and ball on love, because you never really know what love is, because it's just something that can be interpreted in different ways. However, the way she spoke about him and the way she spoke about their relationship seemed one-sided to me, and her obsession was just all in her head. I just thought to myself, girl, you don't love this man. You're just obsessed with the mystery that is around him. And that's what's drawing you in and making you attracted to him, because you never met somebody who's lied to you, who's been telling you all these interesting things, but they're not really his story. Like, I don't know. I was picking that up, and so for it to be that he was lying, I wasn't confused. I was just like, yeah, we been knew he was lying. I don't know why she didn't pick up on it, but it's probably because she's vulnerable, she's susceptible, and she doesn't know a lot because her parents keep shielding her from the world. And I was so pissed with her. I'm so pissed with the whole justice system, because even though this is fiction, it seems so realistic how easily it is for people to be swooned by a lie because it's coming from a child's mouth, but also because it's coming from a white individual's mouth. I don't want to say that's the only reason why she was able to lie so successfully, but that's definitely a factor that was played into this, because not once was she questioned. Her parents were always the ones in question when brought to court, but not once did they ever think, oh, was Evie involved in anything that could have caused her to be, you know, a bad person too, like her parents. I mean, there was a point where this boy named Wally's father had called her a whore, which really annoyed me too. There's a lot to unpack with this book. This book is weird as hell. This book is on some next level bull. That's 254 pages of white privilege. I tell you, white privilege. I'm upset. This book upsets me. I wanted to give it 1 star, but there's a lot of things that they address in there. Evie addresses, to be exact, and a lot of the women address in that book that I very much agree with. And it very much addresses a lot of societal things. And I really like that, so I'm giving this a 3 star. I would not recommend this book to anybody. I'm gonna see if there's other books by Judy Blundell. I was into the story, captured, and I definitely want to check out more books by this author, but I hate this story and I don't want to read it again. I'm gonna stop rambling about this book. But yeah, I'm going to continue reading What My Mother Doesn't Know by Sonya. And now I can get into Concrete Rose. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I'm also going to get some Strange the Dreamer reading in tonight so I can finish this book by the end of this upcoming week. Or maybe the middle of this upcoming week, because I am at the half point. I'm not going to pick up The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm not going to pick up that book yet. I did end up reading 4 volumes of Fences by P.S. Pacat. I ended up picking up the 4 volumes, but I read them online. I didn't buy the book, sadly. I wanted to get the graphic novels, but I knew they wouldn't arrive in time, or I knew that I wouldn't have the time to go down to my local bookstore, which is not really local. It's more like Manhattan, Harlem. I decided that I was gonna read it online, and I definitely gotta say, loving the series. I'm intrigued and I want to know more. I want to read more, but maybe later because I have so much books that I want to get to now. Oh my God, man, that book is trying to throw hands with me, and I think I would win. I think I would win. That book said meet me outside at 3 o'clock, and I think I would win. I think I would win. A few of my favorite gamers have posted videos like Fuslie and Valkyrie, so I'm going to watch their videos because Valkyrie just posted Little Nightmares Part 2, and I fell asleep during that live, so I don't know what happened in the second part of this video. So I definitely have to watch that video to see how she progressed through the game and finished it. Definitely want to see that. And then I want to catch up on some videos from Books with Chloe. Yeah, I've watched some of her videos while others were just playing on a playlist, and I accidentally fell asleep, and I have a whole bunch of videos that I watched but really didn't watch, so I'm going back and I'm rewatching those videos. That's also something I can watch in the meantime, and then once I'm like fully free of what I saw and how I lied, I'm going to dive back into What My Mother Doesn't Know by Sonya, and then get started on Concrete Rose. And then when I'm going to sleep, Strange the Dreamer. I'll see you guys when I see you. Okay. Hey guys, it is March 15th, so let's get into it. For Strange the Dreamer, love the book. Laszlo, Sarai, love them. I'm so obsessed, and I've heard so much bad around Muse of Nightmares. I don't know. I want to read it so bad because after listening to this audiobook, I'm ready for part 2. I'm excited. Hopefully, I'm not as disappointed as a lot of people were when they read it. All I know is this is a comfort book for me. I love it so much. So sad that the beginning was flat in the audiobook for me. So sad that it took so long for me to get intrigued in this book, but hey, I ended up loving it anyways, and so I want to get the physical book so I can reread it and see if it's still like an excellent book. I loved it. The lyrical writing is something else. Everything was described perfectly. Okay, so another audiobook that I'm going to pick up today is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I have a lot to do today where physical reading cannot be met. So I need an audiobook to pick up, and I'm definitely going to pick up The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So I also have to manage some things for my business, and I have some calls to make. So Check Please is a graphic novel that I'm reading online right now, and love it. So far, 4 out of 5 stars. I don't know if I'm going to be like, this is excellent, this is extraordinary. I know it's pretty long, it's pretty lengthy, and I've only made a little dent in the book, so cannot wait to finish that. Next up, What My Mother Doesn't Know by Sonya Sones. Made a dent in that book up to page 60. I still am concerned with why I call this book a really good book. All I know is, for some reason, this is a comfort book for me, and for some reason I really love it. So I'm going to keep reading and just see why I keep loving this book more and more. And then I'm going to pick up Concrete Rose later, because once I've settled down, I should have some time for physical reading. So this will be the perfect book to start later, alongside continuing What My Mother Doesn't Know by Sonya Sones. So I'm going to check in with you guys after I finish doing what I got to do and let you guys know what's going on with The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Did I just rhyme?
One of those moments. I'm having one of those moments.
I've been rhyming a lot lately, so I'm feeling some type of way right now. I'll just check back in with you guys. Okay, bye. Hey guys, do you like my new setup? It's just some pics from the BTSB album, and they have like a rip out section, so I took that, and then some from the Dumdy Dumdy for Addie, and one of my pieces from my shop. Oh, specifically, I like the red one. So I just want to update you guys on a few things, but first I'm going to talk about some light and some really serious things. One, my phone is broken and in need of some repairs. I have no access to my back camera, and yeah, that means I have no access to my back camera. So I can't give you aesthetic like videos of me starting books and all that fun stuff. So I'll try to do what I can with just my front camera. On to more serious things like Stop Asian Hate, which is something that has taken social media by storm recently, but has been spoken on for so long, because ever since the start of the pandemic, a lot of individuals have become very violent towards Asian individuals, and that is very much not okay. I will leave some links down below for the Stop Asian Hate campaign, and also some focused around the slurs and the over-sexualization of Asian women and men, and also how to be a better ally. I know there's a few threads on Instagram and on Twitter that speak on how to become a better ally, so I'll leave that here also. I just think, as somebody who consumes like Asian media and music and food a lot, that I as an ally should at least speak on this within like my YouTube channel. I don't have a big following, but I think I should still use my voice, because I am posting and reposting a lot of stuff on my Instagram story, so I think I should at least reciprocate the same actions here. I think a lot of people are paying attention now more than ever because of the mass murder of 6 Asian individuals and the injury of 2 by this white man who claims he's just having a bad day. And it's sad that it took such a large number, when there has been other large numbers of killings, for this to come to this extent. The fact that yellow squares are being posted on social media the same way it was like a mocking for Black Lives Matter is just so disgusting, and it's clouding information like it did for Black Lives Matter, and I just hate to see it. It's so disgusting to see that people don't learn from their actions and grow. They just continuously do the same thing, which is why cancel culture is thriving so much, which is also very annoying. But within all this mess, there are some really good points being made, and a lot of allyship being you know, turned on. Some people are starting to really understand what being an ally is supposed to be and how they can help, and it's just really good to see that there are still some good within the bad. So yeah, I'm gonna leave those links down below, and you guys can check them out and like me, either become a better ally or just check out some Asian authors or Asian artists like BTS or Addie or Blackpink, whoever, Jessie. Just check out some artists that you know you can listen to and amplify their voices, and just show them that you care and you appreciate them. So I'm gonna move away from that, and I'm gonna talk about The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by Schwab. Loving the book. I'm only up to chapter 18 out of 110, and I'm definitely living for this book. I know I'm gonna love it. I know I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5. I just wanna know where the story is gonna go and how this character is going to develop and progress. And once I get into the middle of the book, which is like what, chapter 55, I know I'm gonna love it. Okay, moving on from that. What My Mother Doesn't Know by Sonya. I have finished it, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and that is only because there's still some elements within it that I really love, especially the structures of each page, being that it is poetic pieces, like poetry structure. And then there is Concrete Rose by Angie, which I had started yesterday. I got up to page 118 yesterday, but 138 today. And a lot has progressed in the first section of this book. It's a lot. I really love that we're getting Maverick's perspective, and that we're seeing him just speak on topics like stereotypes for men. I just love that Angie is tackling that within this book, and it's just really nice and refreshing, and I love this book. So before I move on to books that I want to pick up or books that I want to continue reading, a one book mini book haul. And Then There Was Me by Sadika Johnson, which is a novel that my mom and sister picked up for me at BJ's. She has a little wear and tear here and there, but still a very cute cover. And I think this is contemporary after reading the back synopsis. It's about 2 girls who meet, and one of the friends is there for every milestone in one of the other friends' lives. As we see B's life progress forward, she is married to her husband, but he's very abusive, and he's feeding to her addiction, and she's giving into a lot of things, and she's becoming susceptible to a lot of wrong in her life. And her friend Awilda will have to save her from that which is her very abusive and manipulative husband. This is a really interesting book, and it looks like it's going to be intense, so I'm going to guard up myself before going into this. So for Check Please, I'm definitely making some progress in that. I haven't gotten pretty far, but I'm trying. I'm getting there. As you can see, I have a lot already on my plate. I have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and Concrete Rose, but I'm still going to try to pick it up late at night, because I have switched my audiobooks from late at night to listening to them in the shower. So underrated though. Listening to an audiobook in the shower? So underrated. Like, get your Bluetooth speaker and prop it up somewhere and listen to it. Is so soothing, especially in the morning, because usually I listen to some some metal or some rock or some K-pop or some K-R&B. This is more soothing than listening to that in the middle of the morning. It's less loud. It's just words and, you know, somebody's talking, and it just immerses you in the world, and it's such a vibe. Right now, I'm going to get back into Concrete Rose, and I think I'm going to pick up either A Beautiful Mind, A Beautiful Life, or I'm gonna finish Check Please when I get through with part 2 of Concrete Rose. I'll see you guys then. And I think of all the things, what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture.
Please, ma'am, just start the clip.
Alright, so it's the next day, and I want to update you guys on some of my reading progress, and I have 30 to 40 pages left in this book. To confirm, it's going to be a 5 out of 5, but I did ask my mom her rating, and she said 4 out of 5, and she said it's because of the ending, so maybe the ending might change my opinion and my perspective. For The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, I'm up to chapter 23, and I'm in part 2 now, and I'm definitely still loving it. And instead of picking up Beautiful Mind, Beautiful Life, I picked up Meadows in the Attic. Look how gorgeous it is under the dust jacket. Wow. I'm definitely liking Meadows in the Attic. I'm only up to page 20. I tried to read it on the train because we went somewhere today. It just didn't work out. Definitely interesting. I'm intrigued and I want to know how it's gonna end. So the reading plans are, I'm gonna finish Concrete Rose, and as I said, I'm gonna read Check Please later today, and Meadows in the Attic I will continue on what, Saturday, Sunday, because today is Friday. So yeah. Okay, this is the end of the vlog, and I just want to update you guys on what has happened this week and what is going to happen for the next week, which is the end of the month. I finished Concrete Rose, and 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely love it. If you're going to read Concrete Rose and then The Hate You Give, I recommend that sequence. But if you already read The Hate You Give like me, and you're just reading Concrete Rose because it came out as a prequel recently this year, then that's fine too, because it was easy for me to follow along anyways, so you'll be fine. I read a little bit more in Meadows in the Attic because Books with Chloe and Jamie, which is also known as Leo Reads, had a little live earlier, and they read for about, I believe, 15 minutes, and I got like a whole chapter done in this book, and definitely loving this book. I think it's gonna be a 4 out of 5 stars, something interesting but not really a love. Probably a fun time type of book, you know. For The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, I am still progressing in that. As I said, there's 110 chapters, so I'm trying to work my way through. It's definitely a slow-paced fantasy book, and it's definitely taking its time. Apparently, it picks up at 86% in the book, which I will assume is like, let's say, chapters 70 and beyond. I'm definitely excited to see how this character, Adeline, is going to overcome a lot of things, and I'm excited to finish this book because I've heard so many good reviews about it, and I'm definitely loving it so far. As I said, love. As I said, going to pick up more books by Schwab. For next week, I am going to read A Beautiful Mind, A Beautiful Life, and I'm going to be continuing Meadows in the Attic. Same for The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and then I'm going to finish Check Please either today or tomorrow. I think this month was a really good reading month. I mean, in the beginning there was a bump, but it picked back up, and I really love that. I'm feeling really good today. I watched, as I said, Books with Chloe and Jamie's live, and then I watched them play Stardew Valley on stream, well, Twitch stream, and then I'm watching Attack on Titan, and I'm just vibing. So thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Oh my gosh, yes, I recently got like a lot of views on one of my videos, and I just appreciate you guys so much. When I put out my videos, I'm just like, nobody's gonna watch this, and I'm just really criticizing myself a lot. But to see that people are enjoying my videos or just watching them at all is just very interesting, and I'm very grateful. I was like, I don't know if anybody's gonna watch a video where I'm just like very monotone and I'm sighing all the time, but whoever did, thank you so much, and I very much appreciate the comments. If you see me doing anything that's like insensitive or disrespectful, let me know. I can ramble on and on about how I appreciate you guys. I don't even know how to like, I don't even think this is enough. Like, for 14 subscribers, like, to think there was a time when I only had 1 and now I have 14. I know I don't have the most like high-tech setup where I have a nice camera and lights. I have these trashy lights, like the ambiance is horrible. My AC's loud, and I'm just like, you guys are still watching this. This is amazing. I just wouldn't expect people to watch my videos because there are so much more aesthetically pleasing videos out there. But the fact that people are taking their time is still astonishing to me, and I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end, put a moon emoji in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.